Hello everyone, it's me Ashika Soni and today I am here to give explanation about the topic heredity. So what does basically heredity mean? Heredity means that when a offspring gets characters or traits from their parents, this is known as heredity. And what characters or traits means? Characters or traits means that the representational things which a parents gives to its offspring is called character or trait. So heredity definition can be written as heredity means transfer of characters or traits from parents to their offspring. And character or traits may be defined as the recognizable features which an offspring gets from their parents. All the features are not the same as the parents had, but some are mostly same. Um, if you have seen a sugarcane field, you have seen that there are very little or almost no differences in them. But if we see sexual production, we will see that there are many differences. They are mostly similar, but there are very little differences which can be recognized by us. What are variations? Variation means when a offspring get characters from their parents, all the characters are same, but some characters are different. There are differences in the characters because there are some changes while DNA copying, so there can arise some variations. Variation means changes that occur in an offspring which are not similar to their parents. Now we will see this with the help of an example. Here it is a parent plant which is a bacteria. It is a simple organism and after reproduction it produces two another organisms. While producing, the body sketch is almost the same, but they will have some difference that its upper portion will be shaded and its down portion will be shaded. These are the variations between first generation and second generation. This is the first generation and this is the second generation. After, when the second generation will reproduce, their body design is also same as the second generation had, but there might be some differences. There will not be difference between the first generation and second generation and third generation. Its upper portion is shaded, so it will also have a shaded part. But the difference will be that there may have some changes in them, like here it can be a change, and here it can be a change, either here or here. They also have the same body design as the second generation had and the first generation had, but there are some changes that they have some different shaded parts of their body. This is an asexual mode of reproduction. We can say that there are very little differences, but after many generations we can say that there may be many differences, or there may be change in their body designs also. Why variation occurs? Variations occur because while changing environment of the nature, while there are changes in the nature, for example, before many years there was not this much heat on the earth, but now there is a very high temperature in our earth. So before some time the organism could live in cold condition, also in some hot conditions, but nowadays the temperature is very high, and if we want to survive, or if any organism wants to survive, they have to change themselves, and they have to be this much capable so that they can tolerate high temperature. Variation gives too much benefits to the organism. That is, they increase the survival chances and allows them to live properly. Variation provides greater chances of surviving. As I have told, variation gives a greater chances of survival. So this is very helpful thing, and variations are very helpful for organisms to survive in the nature. These were some basic things about the heredity. Now we are going to study how we know that there are variations or similarities. First, there was a scientist named Johann Gregor Mendel, or namely Mendel. He was the first person to know that there are some differences. He did some experiments, and after that he concluded there are many differences, or we can say there are many differences in human beings, from parents to the offspring, or not only human beings, all the organisms have many changes. Before knowing about Mendel's experiment, we will know some small terms. Phenotype and genotype. What is phenotype and genotype? Phenotype means the characters which are visible in an organism is called phenotype. We can say phenotype or phenotype ratio. And genotype, it is a representation of genes present in an organism. Phenotype means the characters which are visible in an organism is called it phenotype. Means there are, before knowing about this, we will know one more term, and that is allele. What is allele? Allele means, allele is a pair which is present in every human body. There are different types of, we have 46 chromosomes and 23 pairs of chromosomes. But every character which are alleles are those things which carry all the functions in our body. There are, in every body of every character, there are two alleles. It's like that, if a offspring gets a character of height, from his father he get a tall height, and from his mother he get a gene of small height. Which will be shown in him. The character which will be shown in him is the tall one, and it is a dominant character. Dominant and recessive characters are those characters, dominant character which is visible in a human being, like which is more, we can say, powerful, that one will be shown. And recessive is that which is present in our body but is not shown. Allele, allele, these are pairs which are present in a body which carries function, but only one of the gene is visible. Here the example, the tall height will be shown and the short height will not be shown. So in phenotype, the character which are visible, means the allele which is visible is called as phenotype ratio. The character or the allele which is visible in an organism is called its phenotype ratio. And genotype, it is a representation of genes present in an organism. Genotype means which is been shown, and the genes which are present in it is called its genotype ratio. Now dominant and recessive. dominant. The allele which is visible to us is called dominant character, and recessive. The allele which is present in our body but is not visible to us is called recessive character. So, how we will know that there is before many times we didn't know that there are two types of two alleles present in a body of every character. Then how we did know that which is dominant, which is recessive, and how both the things are present in our body? This was given by Mendel. He gave this experiment and showed that there are two alleles present in each body, and one is dominant and the other one is recessive. Mendel did this experiment on a pea plant. Why he chose pea plant? He chose pea plant for the following reasons. The reasons are, the first one was it had a short life cycle, and due to this he can study almost many generations and can see the differences in them. The second reason was pea plant have distinct characters and they can be easily detectable. Third reason was the pea plant is a bisexual plant, and due to this he can get the pure parent plant easily by self-pollination. And the fourth one was he can do artificial self-pollination easily. The reasons why Mendel chose pea plant. Pea plant has a short life cycle and therefore he can study number of generations. The second reason was it has distinct characters which can be easily detected. The third reason was being a bisexual plant, Mendel could get pure parent plant easily by self pollination. And the fourth reason was artificial pollination can be easily done. So these are the reasons why Mendel chose pea plant for his experiment. Now we will study something about the pea plant. Characters. The first character is plant height. The dominant character of plant height is tall and the recessive character is short. The second character was position of flower of stem. The position of flower of stem. Dominant character is axial position and the recessive character is terminal. The next one is shape of pod. The dominant character is inflated and the recessive character is constricted. The color of pod was dominant green and recessive yellow. The shape of seed. Dominant character is round shape and recessive character is wrinkle shape. Color of seed. The dominant character is yellow and recessive is green. And the last one is color of flower. The dominant character is violet and the recessive character is white. All these characters are represented. All characters are denoted by some letters. Dominant character, for denoting them, first we will see which is the first letter, and here the first letter is T. So here we will take T, and for the recessive one we will take the small letter of the dominant character's first letter, that is big T, and here small t. In the same manner, for axial A and for terminal small a. For inflated I and constricted small I. For green G and yellow small g. For round R. For wrinkle small r. For yellow Y and green small y. For violet V and for white small v. These are some characters of the pea plant which Mendel used in his experiment. For his experiment, Mendel used two ways. One was the monohybrid cross and the another was the dihybrid cross. Monohybrid cross Monohybrid cross means in which he used only one character of the pea plant. And the another one was dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross means use of two characters, any two characters of the pea plant for the experiment. Now, some another terms we will also know while doing the cross, while doing the hybrid. That is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous traits. Homogeneous trait means when there is a pure plant, then we will say that it is a homogeneous. And heterogeneous means when it is not pure plant, then it is heterogeneous. We will know this with the help of an example. A pure character of any living organism is called homogeneous traits. For example, like the tall character of a pea plant or the short character of a pea plant. In this, both the alleles are same. So we can say this is a homogeneous trait. And heterogeneous trait means a character of an organism in which the alleles are not same. For example, here they are homogeneous. Heterogeneous means which the alleles are not same. For example, if we take a gene of a tall pea plant and a gene of tall height and a gene of small height, this is not an homogeneous, it is an heterogeneous, because here the alleles are not same, so we will say that it is a heterogeneous trait. Now let's start the monohybrid cross experiment of Mendel. For this, we will take any one of the character of the pea plant. Like for example, I am taking a character of pea plant's height, and the heights are one is short and the another one is tall. The dominant one is the tall height of the pea plant, and the short one is the recessive. Here we will take a pure parent plant, that is a homogeneous one. So we are writing this, and we will do the crossbreed. For the crossbreed, this is called gametogenesis. Gametogenesis means separating the genes of the plant. Now we will fertilize them. It will be fertilized with this one and again with this one. So when the tall height of pea plant will fertilize with short height, then we will write tall height and short height. In the same manner, all will have the same one. So this is fertilization. And this is the F1 generation. F1 generation is also known as first fetial generation. So we will write its phenotype and genotype. Phenotype means the character which are visible to us and which we are seeing. Here all they have a tall height, as tall height means dominant one is tall height, and so it will be visible to all. And the genotype means the gene which is present. Here we can see that all of them are heterogeneous, so we will write heterogeneous tall. So we can say by appearance they all are tall, and genotypically they all are heterogeneous tall. Now we will take the F1 generation or the first generation. That is a gene of tall height and a gene of small height with a gene of small height and a gene of tall height. Now again we will do their fertilization, gametogenesis. Now we will fertilize them. So while fertilizing, here the first one, it is also a tall gene and it is also a tall gene. So while writing here, it is a tall gene but this one is a small, so a tall gene with a small gene. Here this one is tall and another one is short, so again tall gene and small gene. And the last one, they both are short, so we will write both the short genes. Here this was the fertilization. And this is the F2 generation. Now again we will write phenotype and genotype. Here it is a tall one. It is also tall. This one is also tall. And the last one is short, as both the small genes are only there. And while doing the genotype, here both of the alleles are same, so it is a homogeneous tall. Again these both are heterogeneous tall. And this one is homogeneous short. Now we will write its phenotype ratio and genotype ratio. Phenotype ratio, first we will see the characters. There are two characters, one is the tall one and another is the short one. So tall raised to short. Here are 3 tall and 1 short, so 3 raised to 1. And while doing genotype, we have seen that there are 3 characters. One is homogeneous tall, another one is heterogeneous tall, and the last one is homogeneous short. So we will write 3. So homogeneous tall, there is only one homogeneous tall, so 1 raised to, there are 2 heterogeneous tall, so 1 raised to 2, and another one is the last one, only one is short, so 1. Here the ratio of phenotype ratio is 3 raised to 1 and genotype ratio is 1 raised to 2 raised to 1. Keep remembering that if you will take any of the character, the ratio will always be same. And here, after doing this, he came to know that first generation, all of them were tall. But while seeing the second generation, he saw that here is a short, means short character is also present in body and the tall character is also present in the body. It depends upon that which gene the offspring receive from their parent. If they receive both tall only, then there will be a tall character only. And if they received a short one, then they can have a short and tall both. This was the monohybrid cross. Now we are going to study about dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross. Dihybrid means two. So we have to take two characters. Take any two characters. I am taking color of seed and shape of seed. Color of seed and shape of seed. Color of seed is, the dominant character is yellow and the recessive one is green. And the shape of seed, the dominant one is round and the recessive is wrinkle. Now making the pure parent plant. So we will take the dominant characters of color of seed and shape of seed. So capital Y and capital R. And the recessive characters of color of seed and shape of seed, that is small y and small r. Now for the fertilization, we will take both the characters. That is YY and RR. Now we will do its gametogenesis. Remember, the first one allele of the yellow and another allele of round will be taken. And in same manner for recessive also. Now we will do the fertilization. So while fertilizing them, first we will write the capital Y, then small y, then capital R and small r. Same manner here also. This is fertilization. And this is the F1 generation. Now we will see their phenotype and genotype. It is round and yellow. And by seeing their genotype, we can say they all are heterogeneous. Heterogeneous, yellow and round. This was the first generation and this were the phenotype and genotype. Now we will do for the second generation. Now for the second generation, we will not do the simple fertilization. For this, we will use Punnett square method. At first, we will see how many genes can be formed by this character. First, this is the Punnett square method. For this, we will make a table and write the genes over here. So by their crossbreeding, So the genes form or the characters form in the second generation are this, and their ratio will be phenotype ratio will be yellow and round, yellow and wrinkle, green and round, and green and wrinkle. As there are 9 characters of yellow and round, so there are 9, and yellow and wrinkle there are 3, so 3. For green and round 3, and this 1. So the phenotype ratio of the F2 generation is 9 raised to 3 raised to 3 raised to 1, and this will be same for all the characters. So this was today's topic about heredity and about Mendel's experiment. So hope this helps. Thank you.